turning it on. Whatever. Well, yes, the beastie is reborn. Well, it's not reborn. It's still going. What it is that we just basically wiring it back in. I'm using lead acid batteries, as you do, which we've got on a trickle charge. Oh, it's dropped, hasn't it? Yeah. I'll have to check to make sure it's charging, but it should be. I think it'll be alright. It's possibly because I'm drawing from it. And what I've done is obviously 48 volts, 4 12-volt batteries, so shared ground, and then tap off at 12 volts, another one at 48. Yep. And it's obviously running at about 60 in actual fact. And we have a charging current in there. Just going to check to make sure it is, because you can just, oh, yeah, I know it is, because that resistor's hot. So it must be, because it'd be cold. Yeah, and I haven't checked that, or the diode. But we've got the contactor in line. Yep. And, oh, we have got the light on. Yes. So, the circuit seems to be okay. What I've got here, I'll just cover that because it makes the screen glare. Okay, so you can see from that we have the 14 volt rail and it's showing 57 volts on the high tension. Current is going to be all over the shop because the sensor isn't plugged in. And you can actually see we have PWM output, but we don't have anything from the high tension, but I'm just going to deal with that next. Okay, so if we do, oops, let's put that in there, take it to that. Oh, that one. That's it. And then that uses the control, and you should see, oh, it's a bit slow on the update, so let's just speed it up slightly. Yeah, just make it that'll do. And then you should see as the, yeah, because you can see, let me just turn the light off because it's going to glare otherwise. There you go. Right, so you can see that it is varying, and I'm using the, oh, you can't see it there, see the control. So if I can somehow get them both in, but I can't, doesn't matter. Right, so I am turning the control. Oh, there you go. So you can see I'm turning the control and it's varying the PWM. So the software is still working. And from this you can see we've got 57 volts. That's the obviously the 48 volt rail is on 57 because it's been sort of like got maintenance charge on it. There's got a 14 volt rail, that's the regulator. Okay, that's the control input there, and the motor output is showing there. Doesn't matter what these are. And also we've got the contactor, and it is working. Let me just do it from here. Put my fingers on it. There we go. See, I'm controlling that. It's important that works because the software detects things like overtemp and stuff like that, right? And throws the contactor to release the 48, the high tension from this. I used to actually make it so that it switched it off from this circuit as well, if there was something going over the top. I might still do that, but right now it's just a contactor that's not connected to anything right now. Now, there's the 40. Put the light back on. So here's the this is the 48 volt input. That's the contactor output, which is a grounding output. So you need to connect the contactor into the positive through this, and then this grounds it. And we've got, this is the control input, and then we've got a little FTDI chip as the output, you see, which I've just basically made a lead for. This is the oh, that's the controller, sorry, and this is the serial. And you can obviously program it through that too. You've got to hit the reset button though, because there's no way of doing it. So that's working to the point of where the actual chip's running, and have we got sensor input? We have got some sensor input, yeah. Obviously it's all showing 0 degrees because there's nothing actually being driven, but you can see that, maybe if I put my finger on something just to warm it up a bit. Ow. Oh, that's hot. Ah, that's interesting. This is actually hot. You know, that's going to be about, what, 30, 40 degrees. But it's not showing. Yeah. That's the... one of these is a regulator. I set it up as a 14 volt regulator. Yeah. There's this one here. Oh, it might not be actually. Yeah, this one here, that's the 5 volt for the chip, and that's warm. And then we've got this one here, which is the 14 volt regulator, which is also warm. And these two, are these hot? No, these should be cold because I've got no output. Right, these are the two output. These are the drivers, you see, for the chip. Okay. Anyway, so the circuit's there and it's working, and I've got a charge on it, so that's cool. And obviously, that's communicating through the FTDI, and I've got a Picoscope, which is doing the software as well. Okay, so at some point, perhaps Monday, because it's Friday now, I'll be actually getting this on axle stands and getting it running, and that'll be cool. Yeah.